Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. I am Robert Stroger, Pastor New Life Changing Christian Center, and next to me is my lovely wife, Robin.
Hello, hello.
And we got a special guest tonight.
Whoop, whoop.
Our special guest is joining us tonight. It's Marcus, my brother Marcus Thomas. Um, yes, I don't have the claps, the noise. He is joining us. We're gonna have a little discussion tonight and just some question answering, and I pray this blesses anyone. And it's also slash testimony. You know what I'm saying? I know God is gonna work and is gonna work through it. So I'm not going to talk too much, but if you guys can see the title. But first, thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all. Y'all can see and hear us clearly. Cool. Okay. Good. Um, if you guys can see the title, it says, "When did you know God was real?"
Mm.
And that's a question I'm putting out there for everybody. Y'all can even chime in your in the comments. You know, uh, a brief answer in the comments. When did you know God was real? Because a lot of us, some of us have grown up in church and things like that. But did we really know for ourselves that God was real? You done heard the preacher preach, you done heard people say things, but when did you get it for yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in church since I was little, right? And I seen the shout and I seen it. And I was sitting in the back, not knowing like, oh, they all over the place. They wild, and the preacher's hollering and whoever's speaking, and they emotional. Everybody's crying. It's a lot going on, but I'm like, okay, they said God is real. Okay, I'm all right. I'm here at church, and I don't know what's going on. Or even as I got older, I knew that I said I need to go to church, because that's the right thing to do, right? You know what I'm saying? You grew up in it, that's the right thing to do. But did I really have an encounter? Did I really know him for myself? Right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until later in life that I guess I'm gonna answer the question first, then I'm gonna give it to you and then Marcus and then
Oh,
okay.
okay.
um I didn't really know it and have a full encounter until I got a little older, right? Um I believed, you know what I'm saying? Because in church I believed. I believed, and from what I was taught, you know what I mean, reading the Bible, things like that, growing up, going to Sunday school, uh uh children's church, all that type of stuff, and growing up. And I kind of, as I got older and old enough, when I get out my mother's house, I'm not going to church every Sunday, right? Because I got things to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be out there until I got a little older, until I had a full encounter with him. You know what I'm saying? And you hear things from others that they're speaking into your life, saying this is what you're going to be. This is da 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 da. I heard that growing up, but of course I heard it, but not understanding and
Right.
didn't believe it. And well, not that I didn't believe, I just didn't understand it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be all right. You're gonna be a pastor. Oh, okay, all right. I mean, I'm not even saying that. There's no way to be saying until I was at a point in my life and things were like, there was a lot of stuff happening, right? And it was at that point where it was sort of the low point, like low point. And I had nowhere to turn. And I was at a point of giving up this in life, period, right? Like I said, I'm tired of this. You know what I mean? Like, I prayed, and I'm praying to God. I'm like, it's got to be more, because I'm done with this. You know what I'm saying? And I think I screamed out or hollered out or something, and I was doing. I remember. It was a situation, and it was Bradley was a baby, and it was a situation happened with the truck, and I had to get out. I was so tired and frustrated from everything that was going on around me.
Yeah.
I just hollered out, and God said, "Patience." Right? Patience. And I remember he saying it in this ear right here. Like somebody had put their lips to my ear and was whispering patience. It wasn't a whisper, but it was soft, but yet it was so powerful. He said patience. And it wasn't a startle, it wasn't a scare. I think I shared this before. And I just got up. I had to get right out the car. I had to walk all the way up the street. And in that mess, I got to walk all the way up to this building. And then in return, it was somebody that saw me and came and just said, "You need a ride." You know what I'm saying? Come to find out he was a pastor and all this. And God set that forth. And in that rest of that night, that evening, I was in a calm space because God said patience. So he said patience. I said, well, I'm going to have patience because something's going to happen. And that's when in my life, when I found out, oh, God real. You know what I'm saying? Of course, things has happened. I prayed, oh, God got me out of this. Okay, good. I'm going to go on to the next. God got me out of this. Boom, I'm going to go to the next. But until I really had an encounter and he spoke directly to me.
That's good. That's powerful.
You know what I'm saying? That's when I knew, oh, shoot, God real. You know what I'm saying? Like God is real. He spoke to me. You understand? Like I'm talking right now. You know what I mean? And he spoke to me in my ear. He came right up on me and spoke to me. Like his lips was on my ear. I could feel his like a breath on my ear. And that after that, I knew. I said, oh, God is real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's when I found out. And and it was so powerful that it changed everything after that. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm not going no further. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
you done?
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
That's powerful because that question sends me to a similar place. I grew up in church, always, saw and heard, my mom and, my grandmom and, people always was just saying stuff to me. I was always in church. And even when I got grown, I found a church and was going to the church. You know what I mean? Like that was just me because I knew this is what I'm supposed to do. And, but I think that my moment of really recognizing that there is a God was when I had children. Like my when I had my first daughter. I think it began then because it just appeared that I was all like that moment in time was a low, seems like a low moment. You know what I mean? Just I was like at the bottom, you trying to be a good parent, you trying to provide, you trying to, stay strong, you trying to, give an example, to the kids. And I'm looking like, I'm not doing a good job at this. And I already, started recognizing it. And I think that moment when I hit, I think they call it adulting today. When I hit that moment when I had these bills that were stacking, and one of the major bills was my rent. And you know how you come home and you get that yellow piece of paper on your door? Baby, I was like, I mean, it was like clutch your pearls. Like, what in the world is this? And I was so embarrassed first because, you don't get off till the evening. So it's been up there all day. My daughter saw it when she came in. Actually, she took it down and put it on the table. So clearly she saw it. And now I'm just like in a stupid low, funky place. And I don't want to ask anybody for help because I don't want anybody to know, and I remember sitting on my bed and I'm like, God, if you don't do this, like, I can't do this. I can't, I'm not going to be able to do this. Like, I am a mess. Like, I have a daughter that is looking at me and, and there was a song called, it was by, it just makes me want to like bawl right now. But it was a song that she used to play for me. Is it by Ne-Yo? I think Miss Independent, something. I can't remember. But it was by Ne-Yo. And she saw me as this super strong, independent. She pays her bills. She, she gets everything I need. And this letter is sitting here, you know, and she's looking at me like, what's that? You know, and I was like, God, like, I don't know how to pull out of this one. Like, because if you don't pull me out of this, then it's gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? And I honestly do not recall how I paid that rent. I really don't. No, it just came back. I think the rental office allowed me to make payments. That's what it was. They broke it up, and I had to pay like $60 extra on my for the next 3 months or something like that, or 6 months or something. Like, it was something crazy that they would never have done for anybody else. And I guess the favor of God rested on me that day. And when they allowed me to do that, because I was embarrassed to talk to them because I didn't know what to tell them. Like, I didn't have no stash of money sitting nowhere, and my next check was going to something else. So I couldn't say, I'm gonna pay you next, in the 2 weeks, because that was not true, And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. And she broke this thing down for 6 months. I could pay $60 towards it. And I was like, I almost cried in that office. Like, are you serious? Like, you can do this for me? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. Just don't say anything. Just do it. But she said, don't default.
Right.
And I remember, and when I went back home, I was like, there is a God. That was my phrase for a long time. There is a God, because he was able to come through for me in the lowest of the lowest. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was in the lowest of the lowest. That was pretty low for me. I didn't want, my father always told me, if you don't pay nothing else, pay your
right. Keep a roof over your head, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. He was like, we could bring you candles, we could bring you food. You know what I mean? But make sure you have a roof for you and your child. And right. I mean, just to have a little person looking up at you that totally depends on you, and you're in a place where you have no answer. Right.
Right.
That's when I've realized, oh, there's a God. And from that day on, can't nobody tell me that God wasn't real. I was like, oh no, no. God is real. God is real. And guess what? He gonna take care of that for you.
Right.
that was my testimony. And oh my God, it has not been the same since.
Right. Because they don't even do stuff like that. You don't do payment.
What?
Partial payments on the rent.
Right. Like, where you do that at?
Right. So right. You know that's God.
Yes.
Yes, that's the favor of God.
Yes.
That's good.
Amen. Marcus.
That's it right there. Yeah, I was stuck for a minute. I'm sorry, I was stuck. That she said the payment was broken down. I ain't never seen no apartment do nothing like that before. Right. And then say hush. Then say hush. Right. That's God right there. Number God.
All day.
Right. Yeah. That's crazy. First, I want to say thank you guys for inviting me on tonight. We're not gonna talk about how I got invited, but I got invited. I'm here. But when Pastor gave me the question here, I talked to my wife first. I was like, how am I supposed to answer this question here? Because the question goes in depth so much. You have to really go back and find that particular space and time where you say, you know what, I know God, but now he's actually real. Right. Just like you, Pastor, I grew up in a church family, right? My grandfather ran a church. We was up in a church. Holidays, you know how you could when they recognize the member of the church, you got to sit up in front. That was us, right? That was the family section in the church, right there. That front little row, there was us, the whole row, right? That was us. But at that time, I just believed it. I believed him. It was protocol for us, right? But for me, when I got to a space in my life, my own personal journey with Christ, it was on the month of it was during the month of February, year 2016. Right. My New Life family knows this date. They know this time here. Right. This is the time where I ended up in the first hospital. Right. I woke up one Sunday morning, ready for church. I was dressed up, ready. We were ready to go. Then boom, my legs gave out, blacked out. I woke up in the ambulance lane at the hospital. Right. Couldn't talk, couldn't move, I didn't have control over nothing. And I said to myself, This is me being transparent. I said to myself, this is it. I'm gone. Deuces. Peace out. Right. And in that hospital room, family was around. Everybody talking, they praying, the church family praying. We crying together. I'm scared because they crying. I'm like, they supposed to know God better than me. Why are we crying like this here? But in the midst of it all, God spoke to me and said, son, I got you. Right? It wasn't in one ear. It wasn't in both ears. It rang in the room. Son, I got you. And I remember the nurse telling me I had to put the mask on because they thought I was for an infection protocol. I had to put the face mask on. They wheeled me to the room for the MRI thing, the little machine, go cocoon, you get a little tubey thing. And I went in there, and unbeknownst to me, I realized I was claustrophobic. Didn't know it. This tube was small. It's a beam of light, and it makes noise. They put me in. I started screaming like crazy. And the nurse said to me, it's okay. Trust me. I got you. Right? Nobody knows this story but me and that nurse. She said, I got you. Same thing God told me in that bed. I got you. I said, God, it's got to be you. Right? I trusted this nurse here. Scared as can be in this little tube. Right? We get back to the room, and I'm praying to myself. And I say, myself said, Said, we got to figure something out here because I'm scared. I can't control it. I don't know what's happening here. But this voice is telling me to trust him. Now I know God's there, right? I grew up with him. I grew up in the church. I know God. I know how to pray. You know, I know the Lord's Prayer, all these things. I know these things go through my head, but all that protocol goes out the window at that point there. Now it's just me and God. God, how do I get closer to you in this moment here? He spoke to me again. Don't worry. I got you. I let it go for about a good 2 days. I was in that first hospital for maybe a week or two, I think so. And then the nurse came to me and said, you haven't eaten yet. 2 weeks. Haven't eaten nothing. No hospital, I'm not eating nothing. I'm just in there. It's in this bed, me and myself, and I pushed God to the side. And unbeknownst to me that he didn't move. He was still in that same space saying, I got you. I had zero choice but to trust in God. Zero choice. And I said to myself, I said, God, if you get me out of this place, I won't push you away no more. Right? Now I said that, but the question to myself was, do I believe it? I just want to go to the hospital. They was poking and prodding. I was needles and all this tube and machines beeping. I want to get to that place. So I pushed them to the back again. Right? I was discharged and I went to the rehab place to learn how to walk again. Same thing, God. Get me out here. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna trust him and walk with you. Still, I was just saying it to say it though. But it took that time of me getting discharged from the first hospital. Time I had to go to the second hospital the same year. Remember, same year. And God said again, I got you. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry this one here. But it's so powerful because no matter what I was doing, God was showing me that he was there no matter what. No matter what my mouth said, my God said, I got you. That's what I learned in that moment, that God was real. His word and promises stood true. No matter what happened to me. 2 hospitals. 2 rehab places to learn just to walk on my own again. Right? And no matter what it was, God said, it's all right. It's well. Because according to my doctors, this is my testimony. Can I say it, Pastor? Can I say it? According to the doctors, at age 13, I wasn't supposed to be here no more. Because the disease I was born with, I had no control over, right? 22 years old, I found that I was diagnosed at 22 years old. This disease was dormant for 22 years in my body, from 92 to whatever that year was, 2016, right? Dormant. And God said, the way I kept you then, I'm going to continue to keep you now.
Oh, my God.
Right? And you can't, for me, it was that pivotal moment in my life that I said, you know what, God, you be Israel. All grammar went out the window. You be Israel. And he proved it to me, even to this day here.
Yeah.
Time and time again, God is like, yo, I got you. Just trust me. I got you. It's crazy. I'm not crying. It's y'all crying, not me. But it's for me, it's that was it right there for me. 2016. That was my year. Yeah.
That's powerful.
Oh my goodness.
That's powerful. Right. As you was talking, I was just sitting here, I was thinking how, like, even what we were saying here, and when we knew God, it wasn't we believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know the tradition. We went through the protocol, like Marcus said, his granddaddy, his grandfather was a pastor, and everything, and we went through the protocol. We believed, but when we truly got it is when we was authentic, and we forgot that we left the protocol. We left what all the stuff you learned, like, you know what I mean, A, B, C, and D, and you was talking to God. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Straight from you.
Yep.
From your heart. You was like, oh man, you was talking directly. It wasn't no formalities. It wasn't no show. It wasn't, your speech wasn't articulate. Like Marcus just said, he his words was all, saying stuff off that is not even in the dictionary. I'm in a truck hollering out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not even me. I don't even do that. I never had got to that point where I'm like I'm getting ready to lose it, and I wanted to kick the front windshield out of the truck. Where I was at with the anger, the frustration, and all that. And with the embarrassment, with all of that, with the children not having you want to in front of the baby, and it's at your, you know what I'm saying? Like when you real, it's real, right? Because I'm really hollering out for you. I need you. I don't care what nobody else says. I don't care I don't care at this point. Right. I need you.
Yes.
Something's got to change. Something's got to happen now. And because people are asking, well, how you have an encounter with God? This, as the word said in I think it's Matthew, Jesus said, seeking you'll find.
Oh my goodness.
I think we go past that verse. We got to go in and seek him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not with what you seen grandma do or mama do or great granddaddy do. No, you got to seek him for yourself, right? Because you at that low point. You ain't want to hear what nobody's saying.
Right.
I don't want to hear what you talking about. I don't need an encouraging word, because I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I heard encouraging words. Oh, God's gonna do it. I don't need soft talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point in my life where I'm about to lose it. I don't want to hear that no more. And we go straight to God and see what happens when we go right to him. Because at that point, I went through the journey with Marcus there.
Yeah.
And I didn't even say nothing. He know at times that I sat aside his bed. I didn't say nothing. I just
not
said
a word.
Because I knew God was showing me, and God ain't gave me nothing to say at that point in time. He don't need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to hear that, because you in the point in your life where God, you just got to do this. And he places us there at that point. Oh my God. So we can just stay right there in him. He's like you said, he never left you. He was right there with you. I hollered out. He said, patience. You know what I'm saying? You go to the rental office and they say, give me $60 at $60.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where they do that at? I don't know. No, you get that red slip. You got 30 days. What, they take you to court and all that?
All that. I don't even know they did the court thing. I don't even know.
Yeah, you gonna be evicted. That's eviction notice, right? The yellow slip is, court eviction notice
all day.
And that's your true point.
Oh God, thank you. Ooh.
Look how God moves.
Listen,
we have to have a one-on-one relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what the stage look like. I don't care what it sounds like. I don't care how pretty it is, how pretty. If we don't have that, come on. That encounter with him is so awesome. That's why your walk is different. Your talk is different. And when I know that you done had that encounter with him, your whole aura is different.
Yeah.
When you had that one-on-one and you didn't seen him change, or you didn't seen him deliver, you didn't seen him heal, you didn't seen him move.
Nobody
can't nobody tell me nothing.
Tell you that, right?
Bro, I don't hear nothing you saying.
Right.
You can give me all the articulate speech, the beautiful, eloquent talk. I don't give, because I know what I know, what I know, what I know.
Yeah,
that
I
is. Know.
Right, that I know.
For myself, who my God is.
That's it.
Is that not amazing?
That is amazing.
And that's what he wants for us to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go to him, talk to him, holler out to him, right? Scream out to him because we got to kill that which is going on by us hollering out. And I don't know if we talked about this before, us with our voices, right? That's why we praise and we worship with our vibrations going out. We killing that. And we hears us hollering out because we hollering out. It's authentic. It's from the heart. It's straight deep. I don't know how many on this line that when you've been going and it's deep, I need to change right now. And I'm gonna sit here and wait for this change. I'm gonna wait.
Say that. And if you don't do it, then it won't get done.
It won't get done.
That's
you
right.
Understand what I'm saying? I don't care what people think about me. Yeah. When you get to that point, oh man, watch our God.
Oh my God, that is so powerful.
Right?
Yes.
Because those that say, well, I don't know if God real. Ask him, talk to him. Seek him. You know what I'm saying? His word. He gonna show you. You know what I mean? Oh man. I ain't got nothing else.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I hope y'all got something and understood.
Lord have mercy.
The awesome. And for you guys that's out, answer that for yourself. Answer that question. When did you know God was real? You know what I mean? Not what is said in front of it, the awesome teachings, the encouraging word, which is needed. Yeah. I'm not negating that, it's needed. But when you get to that point where you was like, bleep all of this, God, you gonna have to do something right now. Now. And
I mean now.
Because I don't know what's going on. I cannot take this anymore. Woo. And if somebody say something to me, I may be locked up. If you come at me sideways,
it's curtains.
Right. You're going to get the bail money, or it may not be no bail because I'm at the point where I'm at in my life right now. It may be so bad, it may not be no bail.
There you go.
Yeah.
I remember that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please don't speak to me. I don't want to hear that soft.
Right.
I don't need you to say anything.
Right.
I'm gonna sit right here and wait.
Let me sit right here.
Because I gotta do this.
Let me do this.
Let me do this.
Yes.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that no more.
Yes. Oh my God.
Some of us have been in that spot and that point.
Yeah.
And God is moved. I'm telling you, it does happen. It does.
Oh, it does.
I didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he moved like that. Like I said, growing up in church, and all of us, me, yourself, Mark, and those of online, they grew up in church, and you hear a lot of stuff. But until you get it, and God sits there and sits and talks to you and say and don't leave you and said he's going to do it, and it's supernatural. Come on. I mean,
right. And you can't, like there's no point of reference for it.
No.
Listen,
no.
Don't make me mess up my makeup.
Yeah, don't make me cry over here. All right? I'm not trying to talk today, right?
I was not trying to do that.
But it's so powerful. Like I said, there is no you. Sometimes how people go to books. You got to read, get knowledge, right? Sometimes you got to sit with God, let Him download into you, right? And those times where you said you would scream and pass it, God was downloading into you something that you needed specifically for yourself in that specific time. I don't need anybody tell me how to get. Let me fix. Me and God got this one here, right?
That's it.
Because your words are gonna go one ear and out the other. Right, because like you said, you sat in those hospital rooms with me, and he sat in the corner, y'all, and didn't say nothing. Right, on his phone, right, probably sleep most of the time, but didn't say nothing because he knew that what he's gonna say to me wasn't gonna do nothing for me, not one thing. God said, "I got this boy. I got him." He got me. He literally. I had that. What's that band? That Risk of Fall thing. I couldn't go to the bathroom by myself. Couldn't do nothing. Right. Not near nutter, as they say, not near nutter. Couldn't do nothing by myself. But God got me out of that space and He put me on my feet, right? Because I said, me and you, I built relation with Him. That relationship, that intimacy with God was key for that time in my life. Because without it, I wouldn't be here. I would not be here on this video screen, this little box here, talking to y'all about nothing.
Say that.
Gone.
Say
right?
That.
What that thing say? Here lies such and such. That'd have been me in that moment there. This is me being totally transparent. Here lies that boy with that pink hoodie, right? Over there. It'd have been just that simple. But because I chose to give it to God and say, you know what, God, because you got me, I'm in line. I don't care who behind me. I'm right. It's me and you.
That's it.
Me and you. Right? Till the wheels fall off. It's me and you.
Right.
And even then we gonna walk. Right? It's me
Right.
and you. Key word that was walk, right? New Life got that one. The key word was walk. We got that, right? It's gonna happen. I stand on that there. I stand on understanding that God got me out of that for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah. He's amazing.
You can't tell me God ain't real. I will show you. Look at me, God. Right.
Yeah.
Real,
say
real
that.
real.
Right. You don't believe it. Look right here in these two boxes.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to see my doctor's notes? I'll pull them up for you. I show receipts. God is real, okay?
You said you got receipts, right?
I got receipts. God is real. Okay.
Right. Yes, he is.
And then, being in a situation where you're stressing so bad, like I was stressing so bad that I didn't think I was going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Having chest pain and, my back is just racking. You go to the doctor, they were like, well, you have nodules, whatever, fibromyalgia. I giving you all these different. I was like, oh God, I ain't going to live here to see my daughter grow up. And, all of that from stress.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like a couple of them nights, I was like, I ain't even go to sleep because my chest hurting so bad right now. I don't think I'm gonna wake up.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like that's the kind of that worry and that doubt and that, all of that anxiety and all of that stuff. That's what that put on you. And it makes you feel so heavy, it was like an elephant laying on my chest. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, I was like, God, if you don't remove it, I don't know. And then you don't even have nobody to talk to about it. Because when you in that place, it's you and you. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a single soul. All them jokers that you talking to all the time and flying around with and over here and there, where they at? Because I don't see them. You know what I mean? And it's just it's not a time for them. It was a designated point in time where God said, I'm gonna need you to look at me. So, whatever it takes for you, whatever it takes for you, whatever it takes, everybody's story is different.
That is so true.
I'm gonna get you to a place where you can't do nothing but look up. Ouch. That's why I said, listen, that's why I always say you don't want God to have to do it because he is the ultimate messy. You understand? Oh my God, he's so amazing. He's so amazing.
God, yes, he is. He is so amazing. He is powerful. He's so powerful. And once you get it and know it for yourself, nobody can tell you anything. I don't care what you say, whatever, can't alter or change it.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It's stamped, embedded, and once you got it, you got it. And there's no seesaw on the way. You know what I mean? I thank him so much. God is amazing. All right, family. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you, Brother Marcus, for joining.
Thank you,
on the late notice. I know you always come prepared. You stay on point.
Should always be ready.
Yeah,
always.
Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you, family, New Life family, for joining this evening. And please share this on your YouTube page, and you can share it on your Facebook page as well. We thank you so much for joining us this evening. And if you're watching on the replay, like I say, on the morning, afternoon, what have you, thank you. Yes. God is real. That's all I got to say. Yes. You can join us throughout the week. On
Sunday morning.
Right.
I was gonna try to put it up.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. But Sunday mornings at 11. You and me run it down or no?
You can. Yeah.
Okay. Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube. You can meet Pastor Rob here for Sunday studies. And then Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. is Awake Your Faith with our own elder Donna Rouse, where she does corporate or intercessory prayer, prays everything down. She prays for everybody. You should join at 7 a.m. Tuesday mornings. Wednesday, you meet Pastor Rob and I here, and a guest, maybe, you never know, at 8:15. That's on Wednesdays, and that's also on Facebook and YouTube. I'm sorry, Donna is on Facebook Live on Tuesday mornings. Thursday is men's prayer and fellowship, so they get together on the Zoom line on it's a safe zone where they can talk and be free and be who they need to be there together. That's at 8 p.m. Or you can get that information off of our website, newlifechangingcc.org. And then on Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube, you can meet we got double elders that may jump on. That's Elder Ty and Elder Kathy. They may come on together, or you may see them separate, but they come on at 9 a.m. and give you the word of God in simplicity. So yeah, you take your copious notes on that one. So all week long you can join us. Never have to feel that you're alone. Right?
Yeah, please join it. And you can also go to our webpage. I think it's scanned across the bottom at newlifechangingcc.org. And we thank you, family, for joining.
Yes, thank y'all.
Yes. We thank y'all. We're going to end it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus. Thank you so much, brother. We love y'all.
Yes.
And y'all have a blessed evening, night, morning. Like I said, whenever you watch this.
Yes.
Until next time.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.